So I was on my way back today, right? I went to my jujitsu and Muay Thai classes today, and I was on my way home, just driving, going through the center of the city over here, and I was just driving along and I was looking around, just observing, and I saw a bunch of these guys out just walking together, all of them scrolling on social media, which I assume social media, Instagram, TikTok, something like that, just scrolling, right? I keep driving. I'm like, huh, interesting. Turn around and look. I look at, across the street. I see a couple just over there walking, literally walking next to each other up the street, scrolling, scrolling on social media. So it just made me think about how it really doesn't take much for you to become an above average man in today's society because everyone else is so distracted, right? It is so obsessed with this internet addiction that literally it's like if you get away from that and you actually focus in on what you want to achieve in your goals, you literally have no competition, bro. Like think about what people are doing who are our age, right? Like what the majority of people in our generation right now are literally obsessed with social media, obsessed with playing video games, obsessed with instant gratification. And so if you want to become an above average guy, where's your competition? You don't have any competition. The only competition that you actually have is up here, right? It's yourself. That's the biggest competition you have because the biggest competition you're going to face is actually yourself in the sense that are you going to do what's necessary? Are you going to make the sacrifices necessary to live that life that you want to have, right? You say you don't want to live a life where you're living now where it's like, you know, it just sucks. It just sucks. Every single day is a struggle for you to get by. You're depressed, you're anxious, you've got all these bad habits. You say you don't want to live that life, but the question really becomes, are you willing to sacrifice what you have to in order to get to that next level? Are you willing to go to the gym for years on end to build the physique that you say you want? Like, are you willing to actually interact with women? Are you actually willing to go out and improve your social skills so that you can get a girlfriend, right? And you're not single and lonely anymore. Are you willing to actually put in the work and actually sacrifice the instant gratification and all the things that are distracting you and all your bad habits so you can actually become productive and build the business that you want to have and have the financial success that you want to have? That's really the question. And if you are, which if you're watching this channel, I know you have the potential, and I know that you're not just some average guy who doesn't care about life because you wouldn't be watching this video. You need to take it seriously because what I'm realizing is the farther you go down this road of success and just working on yourself and reaching your potential in every area of life, not just money, not just women, not just, your physique and your health and stuff like that, but every single area, what happens is you actually become a beacon of light to other people. So it's more than just about us. It's more than just about us, grinding, getting to the top tier, becoming an above average guy so that we can reap all the rewards and benefits. Yeah, that comes with it. Of course, that comes with it. But it's also for other people. It's also for just humanity in general to not have another fucking person having another fucking person who basically just gave up on life and gave up on the one life that they were freaking given here on this planet. So it's like, if you have one life here, why not make the most of it? Why sit around and bitch and complain about how bad everything is? About, oh, I'm just too ugly, bro. Women would never want me. Every time I go talk to a girl, she rejects me. Every time you know what I mean? Why have that kind of attitude? Why have the attitude that, oh yeah, I'm just anxious and depressed and I can't change it as you go out and you party every single weekend? It's Saturday right now. Literally, today I literally woke up early, got shit done, went to literally competition sparring, which is like our training, right? Just got home, now working on a video, now working on the rest of my plans for the day. I wasn't hungover last night because I didn't go out and get blasted and completely wasted. Because the thing is that the highest version of yourself, if you think about it, the highest version of yourself who's actually chasing his potential wouldn't be going out and getting wasted every weekend. And so I used to do this. I used to go out every single weekend, Friday night, blah 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 blah. Go out there, get wasted. Then Saturday you're all fucked up. You can't really do anything. Then Sunday comes around. Maybe you do it again Saturday night. If not, you're still trying to recover from Friday night. And it's like, why? Why live that way, bro? And the reason why you do is because you're trying to cope because your life is shit. right? Your life is literally shit. You don't like the life you're living. And so you cope by doing all these bad habits and pretending as if everything's okay. But yet you know deep inside that you could be doing more, that you could achieve more. It's just you're not taking the steps that you need to. And so this is all to just say the average guy in society today, within our generation, is not doing shit with their lives, to be honest with you. And I say this coming from a place of sadness because when I see a 20-year-old, a 19-year-old who's literally addicted to weed, who can't even function, it hurts my soul. It literally hurts me to see that because there's so much potential. There's so much that we could be getting ahead on in terms of actually making a difference in this world with the technology that we do have now, with freaking AI and all this kind of stuff. But instead, what's happening is our brains are literally being hacked so that we become these consumers. Just like the kids walking up the street, right? They can't even be outside. It's a nice, sunny fucking day out today. It's literally, what, 50, 55 degrees out right now? It's 55 degrees out right now. The first time we've had sun, the first time we've had nice weather, and people are walking up and down the street, and instead of taking in the moment and just being present and being just happy to be outside, they have to be scrolling on their phone because it's too boring. They literally have to be on their phone scrolling because it's too boring. To just literally just walk around and enjoy the sunlight and enjoy, just the weather. Like, they literally have to stimulate themselves like freaking rats in like a fucking maze or some shit. And so these are the people that you're competing against. So if you want to become a guy who's above average, if you want to become a guy who has insane options and can live a fulfilling life and a life of freedom in this world, you need to begin to make the sacrifices necessary and implement the right habits and goals to achieve that. And honestly, bro, when you do, no one will be able to compete with you, right? No one will be able, because everyone else out here is fucking just wasting their life away. I don't know what other way to put it. I mean, I wouldn't say that if someone was actively choosing that and they were actually happy with their life, but I know that for most of us men, there's a lot more that we could be doing in terms of chasing our potential and actually growing. And we're not doing it. And then that causes depression and anxiety. So I know you're not happy just living, some mediocre life where it's like, oh yeah, I just go to a job that I either hate or I don't really care about. Like, what? You're literally on this planet for like, what, maybe 80 years if things go right? I don't know. Maybe they'll invent some technology to let us live to like 150 or something. But the point is, you're here for a short time. And I don't think people fucking understand this, dude. Like, you don't understand this. You're here for a short time. Why would you spend every single day on this planet? Why would you spend it doing something that you hate? Why would you spend it doing something that you don't even care or like you think is mediocre? Why? You know what I mean? Why would you bother doing that? And secondly, why not actually push yourself and try to really become the highest version of yourself in every area that you can so that you can be an inspiration to other people and so that you can get the rewards that come with that? What? Like, why would you not do that? Does that not sound like a good option to you compared to the life you live right now? Because I know myself 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, was in a completely different place, and it was hell, bro. It was literally hell. And yes, I face challenges today, right? I still have to grind. I still have to do these things. I still make these videos. I'm still pushing myself to the limit in many different areas. But it's actually enjoyable and fulfilling because I know I'm actually making progress in real life. It's not like back when I was just constantly playing video games, smoking weed, and like just spending all day doing that because I was leveling up in a video game, in a virtual reality, but not in real life. And then everyone else is just like skyrocketing past you. It's like, dude, it just bothers me. It just really bothers me that so many guys are taking it for granted. Like, our younger years are being stolen. And in a way, it's like, yeah, it's our fault because we can make the change and we have to be accountable. But on another end, it's like, it infuriates me that these people in this technology, they know how this works. They know how to distract you. They know how to keep you distracted. They know how to have that like carrot on the stick, right? That carrot on the stick to keep you chasing after it. They know how to do that. And it's just hard to see, bro. It's just hard to see all these guys out here and just knowing myself as to where I was like so many years ago, being in that position and not seeing the light, right? There's no light at the end of the tunnel. You're just in this constant state of anxiety, depression, constantly chronically addicted to all these things like the internet addiction, the substance addictions, alcohol, weed, junk food, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, Yeah, do I struggle with those things like today? Like, do I actually struggle with those things sometimes? Yes, I do. I honestly do. But I am not addicted to them like I used to be. And that's because I took the steps and I made the sacrifices and went through the process. And anytime I notice anything to come up, like some addiction or something like that, I have the process to actually eliminate it. I have the process to get back on track. And I have goals set in place and I have systems set in place to keep me moving forward so that I don't fall back into it. Because, like I always say, it's basically like a garden that you have to constantly weed, right? It's like a garden that you have to constantly weed and be aware of what's happening. Because these addictions, these bad habits that want to sidetrack you and take you off course from being a successful man are everywhere, bro. The traps are everywhere. They don't want you to make it to the top. Are you fucking kidding me? You think about this. You think the most powerful people in the world want to have an uprising of a bunch of guys rising up to the top so that they can be successful and so that they have less power? Of course not. Of course not, bro. So, of course they're going to put all these things out there. Of course they're going to put all these things, social media, video games, porn to keep you down. That's what it does. Is it keeps you down on the bottom tier. Keeps you down at the below average level of men so that you don't have options in life and you have to be basically the slave to the elites and the people at the top. So if you're sick and tired of being one of these guys who's just living such a life of mediocrity compared to what you could be, then you need to start getting serious about your own development. You need to start getting serious about your own improvement in life. That's all I can say to you. And all I can say to you is that it does not take much to be above average. All it takes is literally goals that you set for yourself, consistent everyday action, and watching out for the distractions, watching out for the traps that they've set for you. Putting on your fucking blinders and just going full steam ahead on what you want in life, bro. There's no competition, bro. There's no competition. The only competition you need to be worrying about is yourself. Because you can go out on the streets and walk around and look around like I did today. Our generation, bro, completely in the fucking matrix, bro. Completely sucked away into a virtual reality, into a virtual world. And the majority of them will never see the day of light. And I hate to say that, but it's the honest truth. It's the honest truth. The majority of them will never see the light because not only will they be resistant to you trying to help them, right? When you try to help people, they're like, oh no, well, I got it figured out, blah, blah, blah. They're not humble enough to realize that they're actually fucking addicted to shit and it's actually keeping them down in life. But on top of that, even if the people who do realize that, a lot of people aren't going to have the desire or the will to actually move forward and climb above that. And so there's going to be just basically a few of us, right? Like the small tribe that makes it to the top. It's going to be that small group of people that makes it to the top and has paved a way and then shows an example to other people. And so if you're watching this video, you are one of those people who have the potential to do that. But only if you actually accept the mission, right? Only if you actually accept the calling to rise up above where you are right now. And to finally get yourself out of the mediocre, shitty life and shitty existence that you've been living in. And actually take the steps necessary for delayed gratification, doing the hard, healthy habits that you should be doing that actually move you forward, like going to the gym, meditating, working on some sort of either business or some opportunity financially that you actually find fulfilling in life so that you can actually make a good impact. These are all kind of things that are really important. So yeah, anyways, that's basically my rant for today. I just wanted to come on here and say it doesn't take much to become above average. If you are interested in doing that, then pursue it and get serious about it. All right, bro, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you later.